Greetings everyone, hope you're all keeping well out there. As some of you may or may not know, my name is Alex and today we are here to do a full review for the awesomely fantastic Anki Overdrive Fast and Furious Edition starter kit. Now for those of you who don't actually know what the Anki Overdrive is, well I'm pretty certain it's safe to say imagine slot car racing, except take away the slots and replace it with artificially intelligent robot cars. However, the Anki Overdrive was actually released quite a while ago, but today we are taking a little look at the recently released Fast and Furious Edition, which is obviously a movie tie-in with the Fast and Furious franchise. So what is actually different from the original Anki Overdrive to the Fast and Furious Edition starter kit? Well, to be honest, not that much. You still only get 10 pieces of track to help build your racing circuit, and of course 2 artificially intelligent cars. But the whole look, including with the app, has been given a huge overhaul to tie in with all the Fast and Furious movies. But at the same time, you do get some additional features. For example, you now get an additional 12 guardrails which can be placed around any curve of your designed track. And of course the app itself now actually features the iconic voices of the characters from the Fast and Furious films.
Then let's do this.
But the best thing about this new Anki Overdrive starter kit is in fact the introduction of a new Power Zone feature. Now I've got to admit, the introduction of a Power Zone feature is a truly remarkable idea. Basically how it works, if you and your opponents are driving along the same piece of track which houses the Power Zone feature, which is actually represented by the Fast and Furious logo, whoever actually drives through the Power Zone itself will inflict a hell of a lot of damage onto their opponents or even knock them out completely. So you've got to admit that's a pretty cool little add-on, because now not only do you still have all the fun and excitement of either racing or battle mode, but now you've got this piece of track which you either have to get across quickly or you can wait upon for your opponent to cross so you can inflict some serious damage. Now in terms of specifications, each starter set, like previously mentioned, contains 10 magnetic track pieces, 2 Fast and Furious cars, which are controlled through the iOS or Android app. There are 5 race modes available, along with 4 Fast and Furious driver profiles. And finally, if a car does run out of power, it can actually be recharged in a little over 8 minutes. So looking at the Anki Overdrive starter kit as a whole, how good is it in terms of entertainment quality and most importantly, gameplay? Well, I don't mean to give the game away too quickly, but Anki Overdrive truly is a remarkable piece of kit. It appears what Anki have actually done is taken the hugely successful idea of slot car racing in your own home and then brought it into the 21st century. First of all, there is the cars themselves. Now, although I'll be honest, at first I was a bit disappointed because they are totally made of plastic and of course do have a bit of a cheap feel to them. However, it's actually what's inside the car that really matters. And this is where the beauty of the amount of technology that Anki have crammed into the system really comes into play. Because no longer do you have a small pin on the underneath of the car that fits into a slot on the track. It's actually all done via the infrared sensor and of course the technology in the track itself. As for the actual track itself, it's obvious that Anki have placed a lot of time and effort into thinking of its initial design. Not only is it durable, but it is also extremely lightweight, it really is, and thanks to its magnetic connectors, you can assemble and then reassemble the track of your choice in literally a matter of seconds. To play the actual game itself, you will need a compatible smartphone or smart device. And to be honest, I was a bit disappointed when I heard this, because I didn't want to be sitting there on my smartphone, I actually wanted to be playing the game. However, once I actually started playing the game, I've got to admit I was very impressed with how Anki have actually thought this through. Once you've quickly downloaded the app, you'll be met with a whole host of options, including campaign mode, race mode, battle mode, time trial options, and of course multiplayer, as well as a whole lot more. Now to enable the multiplayer mode, you will need an additional smartphone or smart device for each additional player, and of course not forgetting the Anki Overdrive app. However, at the same time, I don't think that's a real problem, because in today's modern age, I don't think there's anyone out there who doesn't actually own a smartphone or smart device. Once you have chosen which mode you wish to play, however, it is now time to actually begin your race. First of all, you must place your cars onto the desired track, where it'll do 1, maybe 2 laps, so it actually maps it out and knows where to go. Once the car has memorised the circuit, it will then come to a brief halt at the starting point, allowing you to get ready for the challenge that awaits you. Now, the gameplay itself is truly competitive and of course extremely addictive. Not only are you just racing against your opponents, but you even have the options to battle against them as well. Now, although you don't actually control the car fully because it will stay on the track on its own, you do however control the speed and acceleration and of course the braking of the car, as well as which lane you wish to manoeuvre it into. And although it may not sound like a lot of fun, it in fact really is, and it actually requires a certain amount of skill to do it, especially once the guns come into play. That's right, because not only are you just racing, but you're also battling your opponents as well. Not forgetting to keep an eye out for the Power Zone feature so you don't incur any damage inflicted by your enemy opponents. I've got to admit though, the gameplay truly is unbelievable. Although it just sounds like I'm just racing some cars whilst pressing a few buttons on a smartphone or smart device, it is actually extremely competitive, not to mention highly addictive as well. Not to mention the amount of features that you get, as well as rewards once you've completed a certain amount of races or indeed campaigns. Throw that together with the amount of track options that you get with the starter kit alone, then you can truly see that the amount of replay value that this has to offer is truly amazing. So what is the actual downside of Anki Overdrive? Well, to be honest, there isn't really that much to say. The only things I would like to mention really is first of all the price of the actual starter kit itself. Now, during this video's release, the Anki Overdrive Fast and Furious Edition currently retails at approximately £170 or around $170, which isn't exactly cheap, especially if you compare it against the later sets from Scalextric. But at the same time, in its defense, I truly believe the Anki Overdrive is worth every penny, because you're not just getting a simple slot car game, you're actually getting a state-of-the-art system that almost feels as though it's bringing a computer game into real life in the comfort of your own home. A good way to think about it is that if you are a fan of the Mario Kart franchise, then this is like bringing that into the real world. And yes, although the cars are battery powered, they only take approximately 10 minutes to charge, and surprisingly, from that charge, you'll get an exceptional amount of gameplay. The only other thing I'd like to really touch upon is the fact that you unfortunately cannot buy realistic or fully licensed cars. Although the cars that do come with Anki Overdrive are truly fantastic to look at and don't leave much to the imagination, I think it would be a great asset if you could buy an original car of your choice, or maybe a model that you've always wanted. So overall, the Anki Overdrive Fast and Furious Edition truly is a remarkable and fantastic system. And yes, although it does have a bit of a hefty asking price, if you think about it in terms of how quick and easy it is to build and use, and of course the amount of replay value that you will get from this system, it truly is an investment worth paying for. You have all the fun and excitement of racing, as well as the thrills and edge of your seat adrenaline rush of plotting to destroy your opponents. Plus, if you want to push your Anki Overdrive gameplay to the limits, then you can actually buy additional cars as well as additional track pieces, allowing your imagination to run wild and build any track you can imagine. So the Anki Overdrive may not be for everybody, but if you do like fun, addictive gameplay, racing, and of course the Fast and Furious movies, then truly the Anki Overdrive Fast and Furious Edition was made for you. Now, although that pretty much sums up the review, if you do still however have any questions or comments, then please feel free to put them in the comment section below and I will get back to you with the answer as quickly as possible. And of course, if you did enjoy this video, then please show your appreciation by giving it a beautiful thumbs up and of course clicking that fantastic subscribe button. But until next time, thank you once again for watching and I'll hopefully see you at some point very soon. Thank you.